Hello there guys, Mr. Missing in Action back with another Raid Shadow Legends video for you. Today I've got my first ever subscriber shard pull video. So I'm kind of equal parts excited and nervous. It seems to be a rite of passage for a raid content creator to create a video pulling other people's shards, and this is going to be my first attempt. So keep your fingers crossed for these guys. Let's see if we can get them some quality pulls. First off, we have Haranon. Now, Haranon is a raid veteran. He's level 77. He's completed all of his daily logins. If we take a look at his current champions, you'll notice he's got a reasonable handful of legendaries. He's got his Visix, and he's got some of the sort of fusion legendaries in there. We've got an Errol. We've also got a Suzerain. Let's have a look what we've got in the vault as well. We've got an Abyss in the vault. This may well be a new pull for him. If it's not, I would absolutely suggest building Abyss up after the buff that she received in the big buff the other month. She hits incredibly hard. She's going to be a great arena nuker. So she's probably a recent acquisition for Haranon. There's a good spattering of epics around as well. Yeah, let's see what we can get to Haranon. Now, if we go into his portal, you'll find that he's... oh, let's close that. I don't want to be buying anything on anybody else's account. If we go into the portal, you'll see he's got 44 ancient shards. I think what we'll do for him is we'll pull them in 4 sets of 10 to begin with, and then we'll follow obviously with the 4 singles at the end. Haranon, really nervous, really excited. I hope I can get something great for you, my friend. Here we go. Let's pull that first 10. Here we go. Make sure we don't pull the mystery shards. Here we go. First 10 for you, Haranon. I'm praying for you, brother. Here we go. What are we going to get? This is always so nerve-wracking. We've got rares, rare. It's another rare. 5 rares on the top row. Come on, don't give me a whole page of rares to begin with. Okay, Haranon, sorry, brother, you've paid the rare tax there. We've got a War Maiden in there. Judge is not a bad Dark Elf, actually. But, yeah, it's not a great start, my friend. Here we go with the second 10. I wish you luck. Remember, everybody, fingers crossed for him. He deserves something good here. Allowing me to pull his shards on YouTube. We've got an epic, Sandlash Survivor, great epic. Hope, she's recently had a buff. Now we're talking. Woad Painted. I got a weak epic. We've got a big page of epics here for you, Haranon. Let's take a quick look. Sandlash Survivor. Sandlash Survivor, she's an orc, she's a defense-based character, one of the better epics actually. On the A1, double attack, when ascended also has a chance of placing a provoke if the champion has no debuffs, and heals by 15% of the damage inflicted if they are under debuffs. On the A2, we've got an AoE, decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by a turn, increases the duration of all ally buffs by a turn. So that's a fantastic skill right there. She comes with a passive, places a strong form of ally protection on all allies for 2 turns, whenever an ally's HP drops below 50. That's incredibly powerful, actually. Also places a block damage buff on herself for a turn. Solid passive. She comes with an aura, ally defense in all battles by 25%, which again is really, really solid. We'll check at the end of the shard pulls if you've got any of these ones that I point out. But Sandlash Survivor is a fantastic epic, so hopefully it's not a duplicate for you and you can use her. She's pretty effective in the clan boss actually, but that depends on the team that you're using. Okay, so let's move on. We've got Hope, yeah, she got the buff. Woad Painted, nothing special. Masked Fearmonger. Now this is one of the new epics, the Halloween epic. Let's take a quick look at him. On the A1, double attack. Each hit decreases the target's turn meter by 7.5% if they're under a fear or a true fear debuff. So there may be some synergy with one of his other skills. Reduces the cooldown of his Taste of Despair passive by a turn if he kills an enemy with this. On the A2, Haunted Machete, single attack. Solid chance of placing the Fear. We've also got a solid chance of placing the True Fear. This is where the synergy's coming in with the A1. On the A3, single attack. Ignores 35% of the target's defense if they're under the Fear or True Fear. So there's a lot of synergy going on here in his kit. When it's ascended up, also places increased speed, revive on death, and block debuffs on himself if he kills an enemy. Okay, what's the passive? Taste of Despair. Fills his turn meter by 50% whenever an enemy HP drops below 20%. That can be booked down to 4 turns. But what was that about the reducing of the cooldown? There was something about the reducing of the cooldown on it. Where is it? I'm sure I saw it. Am I going crazy, guys? Did I read something about... There you go. On the A1, reduces the cooldown of the champion's Taste of Despair skill by a turn if he kills an enemy. Okay. Yeah, that's a new one for me. Hopefully it's a new one for Haranon as well. Let's move on to the third set of 10. I'd love to pull you a legendary Haranon, but we've got a couple of decent epics in there so far. Come on, we're paying the rare tax again. Come on, come on, come on. Please don't give me another page of rares. It's another page of rares. I'm sorry, Haranon. We still have 14 left. Nothing terribly special in there. Let's go for the next 10. Come on, everybody. Fingers right now. Canoness, an epic. Reasonable epic, not a great one. Come on, let's see that gold. Another epic, it's Ripper. I seem to always pull Ripper. Ripper, unfortunately, is one of the weakest epics there is in the game. I always get this guy. I think this is about the 4th or 5th time I've pulled him on camera. But let's have a quick look at Canoness. I've got a Canoness on my account. She's a defense-based character in the Sacred Order. On the A1, single attack. 50% chance of placing the weak form of increase attack on a random ally. When that's booked up, you get the strong form of increase attack. That's pretty nice to have on an A1. A2, single attack again. Solid 80% chance of placing decreased accuracy and leech on a target. And this attack is always critical. So potentially you don't need to build her with any crit rate if this is her key skill, which it may well be. Yeah, decreased accuracy. It's been discovered that that's actually more powerful than it was thought to be. Basically, it's only a single target, but you're going to basically prevent that target from placing any of their debuffs, particularly with the strong version of decreased accuracy on there. And Leech, as you may not know, it's kind of a healing mechanic. It's nice. It works pretty well for Clan Boss. But I wouldn't say she was a Clan Boss champion. She's probably going to be a Faction Wars champion. She does come with a reasonable A3, places a strong form of ally protection and a strong form of increased defense on one ally. Also places the strong form of continuous heal buff on herself for a turn. So she's no miscreated monster, but you can get it down to a 2-turn with the cooldown, and it can be pretty effective in the Faction Wars. Comes with an aura as well, which is applicable for faction crypts, ally speed by 20%. So yeah, she is a Faction War champ for sure. Okay, that was the last 10 actually. We've got 4 singles now. I'd love to get something really solid here. A legendary would be great, or a top tier epic. We've already pulled the one in Sandlashed, of course. But here we go, final 4 for you, Haranon. Thank you for allowing me to do this. I hope I can repay it for you. We've got a rare Galek, one of the starter champions. 3 more. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? Please, it's another rare. Elder, this is the rare that you can acquire in the novice tournament in your first few days in the game. Nothing special, kind of looks like Ultan, but nowhere near as good. 2 more, come on please, Plarium. These are not mine. You should be getting something quality here. I thought that was Apothecary then. I'm sure he's already got an Apothecary, but this is Magister. Magister's probably the biggest troll in the game, actually. Gets a lot of people excited that they think they pulled Apothecary, and they end up with this guy. He's not so good. But final one. Can we do it with the last one, Haranon? Here we go. Please. It's an epic, and it's Zelatar. I don't know if you have Zelatar at all. Support-based champion in the Undead Horde. Let's have a quick look. Single attack on the A1. Small chance of placing sleep. 15%. That can be booked up to 40, which is reasonable. It is just for one turn. Sleep is the weakest of the control mechanics. A2 places shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 3 turns. That's really solid, actually. 3-turn shield on a 4-turn cooldown. 20% can be booked up to 40. And it is nice that it's this champion's HP rather than the champion who receives the shield buff. And it basically means you want to be building him with an incredibly high HP score. Yeah, so that's pretty solid. Also places continuous heal buff on all of them for 2 turns. That's nice. A3, AoE, 50% chance of placing the sleep again. 75% chance against enemies under debuffs. Now, that can be booked up to 100. Cooldown can be brought down to 5. So it's a long cooldown on that, which is kind of limiting its effectiveness. It is definitely there for his A2, the shield and the continuous heal. Solid support in that respect. We've got an aura. I would say nothing special. Ally resist in arena battles by 70. Okay, so I think the highlights from there were Zelatar and, of course, Sandlash Survivor. Let's go back and have a quick look, see if they're new for him. I do hope they're new and they're not dupes. Let's get rid of the pack, so I shouldn't be buying anything on another person's account. Let's have a look. Have we got Sandlashed and Zelatar? We have a Sandlashed. Okay, so that's a dupe. Zelatar. Can we see Zelatar at all? I can't see Zelatar there. What about the vault? Have we got Zelatar in there? No, it doesn't appear as though we have. Hang on. Do we have a Zelatar? I think Zelatar might be new. To Haranon, I'm really sorry there was no legendary. I hope you're happy with Zelatar. Maybe you can make use of a second Sandlashed. But thank you very much for allowing me to pull your shards. And I'll talk to you very shortly. Thank you very much as well, guys. We're going to move on now. I've got Raythlyn. You've met Raythlyn before. He was my first subscriber showcase. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link in the description. But we're going to leave the Haranon's account now, and I'll let him know that we pulled a Sandlashed and a Zelatar for him, and hope he's happy with that. Okay, see you in 2 seconds with Raythlyn's account. Okay, so here we are in Raythlyn's account. We've been in Raythlyn's account before, as I say. He's progressed a little bit since then. Raythlyn would be the first person to tell you that he does not have a lot of luck when it comes to shard pulls. He's just over 6 months in raid, so he does have his Cell of the Drakes. He also has managed to actually fuse his Raz in recently. However, if you take a look at his champions list and his vault, you will notice that besides those two, he's only pulled one other legendary. War Chief, and War Chief, well, we all know about War Chief, or if you don't yet, War Chief is a bit of a meme. War Chief is one of the weakest legendaries in Raid. So, if anybody deserves luck here, it is Raythlyn. Hopefully we can deliver for Raythlyn. Raythlyn can also do with an Apothecary. After more than 6 months of pulling shards in-game, he still hasn't got an Apothecary as well. I'd love to get you that Apothecary, Raythlyn, as well as any other legendary to really sort of help you out. He's got a few decent epics in his champions list, but we really want to pull him a legendary. We really want to get him his Apothecary. Yeah, here we go. I wish you the best of luck, Raythlyn. Guys, it's fingers crossed again for Raythlyn. Here we go. Now, Raythlyn has 62 Ancients. He's asked me to leave him 2. So we're going to do that for him. We're going to pull 60 right now. We'll start with 5 sets of 10. And then we will move on and pull 10 individually at the end, okay? So here we go. Let's do this for him. We don't want too much of the rare tax. We want to see a lot of epics. We want to see at least one legendary. Raythlyn, I wish you the best of luck, my friend. I really do. Here we go with the first 10 pull. What are we going to get here? Now, this is very nerve-wracking, actually, pulling other people's shards. Rares so far. We've got an epic, we've got Flesh Terror, we've got another one, Zargala, and we've got a legendary for you! And it's a stunning legendary. Wow! Congratulations, Raythlyn. Valkyrie. Let's take a quick look at Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a top tier legendary. She's going to be fantastic for you. Let's take a look. She's a defense-based character. She's a barbarian. I'm so happy for you, Raythlyn. Like I say, if anybody needed this, it was you. On the A1, we've got a double attack. When ascended, decreases the turn meter by 10% on each hit if the target has any buffs. On the A2, this is an AoE, places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns and a counter-attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Now I know, because I do know you in your account, that Valkyrie is going to be incredible for you in Clan Boss. That counter-attack. And the value of the shield and the damage inflicted, they're proportional to her defense. You build her with massive defense, which is what you're going to do for Clan Boss anyway. The shield is immense. I'm so happy for you. She comes with a passive. Champion's turn meter will be increased by 10% each time an enemy champion places a buff. That's incredible as well. Enemy champions have their turn meter decreased by 10% for each buff they receive. Also comes with an aura, ally defense in faction crypts, so she's going to be fantastic for you in barbarian faction crypts as well. Woo! Raythlyn, you deserve that, my friend. You really do. Yeah, a couple of epics as well. Zargala's really good as well. Zargala is an attack-based epic. On the A1, single attack with a chance of placing weaken. On the A2, single attack, instantly activates the crack armor skill, which is her A3 if she kills somebody with this. The crack armor skill is where it's really at, though. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Great for a stun set as well. After the first hit, places a 60% decreased defense debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. When you ascend that up, it becomes a triple attack on every enemy. Comes with an aura as well, ally accuracy in all battles. It's kind of a bit meh. But yeah, Valkyrie. And a Zargala as well. Here we go then. Let's go with the second 10. What can we do here for him? That was a great first 10 for you there, Raythlyn. Starting off with the rares again. We've got another epic there in Seneschal. I recently pulled Seneschal myself. Mausoleum Mage. Great epic there as well. Don't know if you have Mausoleum Mage as of yet. Really sort of top tier epic. On the A1, single attack. Reasonable chance of placing the strong form of decreased speed. On the A2, places increased crit rate and increased defense on all allies. When you ascend it up, also places block debuffs. He's going to work great with the Seer in speedruns. Be interested to see if you've got a Seer. I can't remember if you do. But that will speed up dragon runs, for example. On the A3, Winds of Purging removes all debuffs from all allies. It's a full cleanse. Heals them all by 10% of this champion's max HP. Also heals everybody by a further 10% if 1 or more debuffs are removed. And then fills each ally's turn meter by 15% if 2 or more debuffs are removed. That's a really solid skill there in itself as well. On a 5-turn cooldown, can be reduced to 4, and you can up that heal by a further 30%, which is really solid. Great champ again if you haven't got that one. Don't know if you have, we'll check at the end. Okay, doing... sorry to Haranon, but we seem to be doing a bit better for Raythlyn right now. He probably deserves it a little bit more, in fairness. Let's go for that third set of 10. Here we go. Rares again to begin with. Is there anything here? We're still going with the rares. You got rare tax there, Raythlyn, to be expected. Let's go for the... Now, this is the 4th set. I'm going to have to check in a minute. I don't want to overshoot the mark. I want to make sure we get 10 on singles as well, just for the sake of it. Rockbreaker. Now, Rockbreaker is one of my favourite champs in the game, actually. I've got a guide on Rockbreaker. If you do want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. Really solid defensive-based character there. Bloodfeather, kind of meh. But let's take a quick look at Rockbreaker. I'll show you him again. On the A1, single attack. His defense increases by 4% each time he uses it, and he's going to be using it a lot. You'll see in a second. Stacks up to 20%, stacks across rounds. On the A2, 75% chance, booked up to 100 of placing provoke on everybody for a turn. He also places the counter attack on himself for 2 turns. That's where he starts throwing out his A1 all the time. Build this guy with very high defense. Comes with one of the nicest passives, in my opinion, in the game. 25% chance, booked up to 50, of decreasing the damage that's inflicted on him by 50% each time he's attacked. So that's not once per round, that's every single time he gets attacked. Once booked, he has a 50% chance of reducing that damage by 50. Comes with a nice aura as well. It's unlocked under Ascension Level 3. Allied defense in arena battles by 30%. So he makes a really good, solid leader in a sort of tanky arena defense team. Good, we're doing okay so far, Raythlyn. Let's go again. I think this is the 5th one. We'll check after this. Here we go, here we go. Rares again, of course. Anything in here? No, we're still paying the rare tax here. Anything at all? We've got an epic. We've got you a Stag Knight. You got a Stag Knight, Raythlyn. I don't think you've got a Stag Knight. Stag Knight is fantastic. Stag Knight is essentially a legendary anyway. On the A1, double attack. 30% chance of placing decreased speed. When you ascend it, you place the strong form of decreased speed. You can book up that buff. That debuff percentage chance. On the A2, this is the AoE, where he places both the decreased defense strong form and decreased attack strong form. 70% chance can be booked up to 95. It can be brought down to a 3-turn cooldown. Comes with a passive, places a 50% increased accuracy buff on an ally each time the ally has a debuff resisted by an enemy. So if the debuffs are being resisted each time that happens, he's going to be increasing their accuracy. They're going to land it eventually. Fantastic pull again. That's incredible. We're doing really, really good. Now, I think that's 50. It is, so we're going to go for... Now, do we go for the 10 singles? Or do we just throw all 10 into the one again? We seem to be having a lot of luck for you like that. Now, let's just go for the 10 straight up. Here we go. Final 10. Rares again, here we go. Anything in the final 10 for you? An epic Thenasul. Another epic. You've got Grush the Mangler. You've got a Gravechill Killer and a Frozen Banshee in there. Fantastic. Let's have a quick look at Grush. On the A1. Single attack. Solid chance of placing a Leech for 2 turns. This guy could also eventually, I guess, end up in your clan boss team for the Leech. A2, AoE attack. He's got the strong form of decreased attack on a solid chance. Also, decreased crit damage debuff. That's an interesting one. Don't see that very often. On the A3, another AoE attack. Places strong form of continuous heal on everybody. Places an additional weak continuous heal on everybody if for 1 turn if at least 1 enemy is hit with a critical hit. Nice. Comes with an aura as well. Allied defense in faction crypts by 30%. That's going to be solid for our grins as well. Raythlyn, I think I've got some incredible pulls for you there. Let's just go into the index and check and make sure that everything that I think is new for you is in fact new. Get rid of the offers. Here we go then. So yeah, Stag Knight is new. Fantastic. In the High Elves, Thenasul is new as well. Good. That's actually your first High Elf epic. Interesting. In the Barbarians, of course, we've got Valkyrie. I know you're going to be happy with that one. Ogrins, Grush is new. Skinwalkers. That was just a rare, wasn't it? What else? The Orcs. Zargala's new. Buddy, this is incredible for you. Undead Hordes. Yeah, Mausoleum Mage is new. In the Dark Elves, what did we get there? I can't even remember now. Just a rare for you there. And in the Dwarves as well, Rockbreaker. Wow! Raythlyn, congratulations, my friend. And guys, we're going to finish off there. So my name has been Mr. Missing in Action. If you would like me to pull shards for you in a future video, hopefully get as much luck as Raythlyn just did there, then all you need to do is join the channel Discord. I'll leave a link to the channel Discord down in the description as well as in the comments section. I'll pin it in a comment for you. Join the Discord, say hi, express your interest in the shard pull from myself, and we'll make it happen in a future video. So anyway, guys, Mr. Missing in Action, peace out, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I wish you the best of luck in this 2x event. I wish you Raythlyn's luck, I really do. Peace out, have a good weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video.